Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Intuitive Art Mediums. Thank you for joining me for the Autumn Equinox, also known as Mabon Pick a Card Tarot Reading. So the Autumn Equinox occurs on Sunday, September 22nd, when the Sun enters Libra at 8:44 a.m. Eastern Time. So be sure to adjust to your location on the planet. And this is a time when day and night are in balance and equal. And we are going to start moving into the darkness. The days are going to become much shorter and the days will become longer. So we have 3 piles to choose from. This is pile 1 with the tiger eye obelisk. This is pile 2 with the yellow jasper obelisk. And this is pile 3 with the green adventuring obelisk. Take your time in choosing your pile. You may be drawn to more than one pile. That's your intuition letting you know that there's a message for you in that pile as well. Please keep in mind that these are general tarot readings, so only go with the messages that resonate with you and leave the rest behind. I'll begin with pile 1. There'll be timestamps down below for the other readings, and I'll meet you at your reading. Hello, pile 1. If you were drawn to the tiger eye obelisk, welcome to your reading. We're going to begin your reading with your first 3 oracle cards, and then we will go into the tarot, and then we'll draw some more oracle cards. So let's see what you have. We begin with Queen of the Dead with 31. Fear not the rage of fire living within, for it is the power of your fierceness waiting to taste you fully. And with that number 31 there, it also reminds me of Halloween, which is Samhain, which is another holiday altogether and separate from the autumn equinox. But I feel like some of you that were drawn to this pile also have strong draws towards Samhain or Halloween. Next, we have the coven with your soul family. Okay, your soul family are those that you choose to be with, those people who are like-minded, but also bring something to the circle that you don't necessarily have. These are people who have certain skills and talents that fascinate and intrigue you, just as you have certain skills and knowledge that fascinate and intrigue them. This is also, you might feel a soul bond with these people, like you have known them for many lifetimes. And then we have moss agate with positivity and change. Okay, these are the people that go through these changes with you. They help you to stay in a positive state of mind. Even when you are fearful, fear not the rage of the fire living within. That's your soul light, helping you to burn away that which no longer serves you, and embracing new fire, new light, transformation. And your soul family can help you with that, just as you help them with their transformations. And you're growing more positive and more prosperous. These are people who are going to build up your positive energy just as you build up theirs, because all of you thrive in this positive energy. I feel like that you are gathering around this fire, the Queen of the Dead, and you're putting things into the fire that no longer serve you or that you want to be rid of. And you can write these on pieces of paper and toss them into the fire. These could be habits that you want to change or break. These can be people that, just bring you down, bring negativity. Some of you might want to change jobs, and so you're tossing into the fire your wishes, that which you're cleansing, so that you can bring equilibrium, because this is the autumn equinox, and it's when we enter Libra season. So it is about balancing yourself as well as those that are around you are balancing themselves, and together you bring a balance to each other. Okay, let's get you a card let's get into the tarot first, and then we'll get into your other oracle cards. I am using the Witch's Tarot. And we begin with the Eight of Pentacles. So many of you who were drawn to this pile are working on your projects, perfecting your skills. Practice makes perfect. Some of you could also have a couple different projects that you're working on, and they're coming together. They're working together. Your interests are being woven together into one stronger interest. And that's going to resonate with each of you differently, because we're all individuals. Next, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is confirmation of letting go that which no longer serves you. This is the Queen of Discernment, evaluation, also severing those cords with her sword to set you free of that which has been holding you back. These could be a certain state of mind, habits, people that put you down for who you are. Next, we have the Two of Wands, and now you are looking forward. You know you have to come out of your comfort zone, but you also want to know where it is that you're going. So you're taking a look out into the world and getting a feel for where it is that you want to go. Some of you could be doing a short travel, long travel. You are also contemplating that which the world has to offer you. And when you're making your choice with this Queen of Swords, you're also eliminating those choices that you're letting go of. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay, I feel like that the Queen of Swords here is also helping you to sever and set yourself free from your doubts and fears. And you also have the Queen of Dead, the fear not the rage of fire living within, for it's the power of your fierceness waiting to taste you fully. That fire is helping to set you free, to transform you. You may have to step out of your comfort zone here with the Two of Wands in order to face your fears so that you can set yourself free. Next, we have the King of Wands, the King of Fire, and you do so majestically. You are moving towards prosperity. You are inspired. And I like seeing this with the Eight of Pentacles, because this is someone who is very inspired. You're putting your ideas down. You're working on your ideas, your creativity. The King of Wands is generally ruled by Aries, but it can be any fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we have this Two of Wands in the center, balancing between what you're letting go and removing your doubts and fears, setting free your inspiration. Okay, let's get some clarifying tarot on these. I am using the Everyday Witch Tarot for your clarifying cards. And for those of you who are solitude witches or solitary witches, your soul family, your coven, can be people that are not on this plane. They can be your spirit guides as well. They are your soul family. They can also be your ancestors, as your ancestors are going to start coming through more clearly during this time between the autumn equinox and Halloween, also known as Samhain, when the veils between the worlds are thinning. On the Eight of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, now he is the slowest of moving knights, but all the knights are instigators of change. He is planting seeds. For some of you, you could be planting your bulbs in the fall for next spring. And you could be planning your garden here with the Eight of Pentacles, planning what it is that you want to grow. Now, these, of course, can be projects that you are beginning to work on, and you're really enjoying it, and it makes you feel good. It brings positive energy to you, and it's also going to become a way of prosperity for you as well. The Queen of Swords, we have the Six of Swords. Okay, getting away from those choppy waters into the healing waters. To me, this is confirmation of moving away from, people that just don't get you. They don't understand you. They bring you down. They talk negatively about you. And they do that out of their own self-doubt. And they're trying to cause you to doubt yourself by stirring up your own doubts and fears. And you're going off to heal yourself. And I wouldn't be surprised if many of you use your creativity for your healing. You might also want to wear or carry a moss agate stone with you to help remind you of your creative ability to build prosperity. On the Two of Wands, we have Judgment, resurrection. Okay, this is telling me that there are things that you loved doing. You're reviewing and reminiscing about the things that you enjoyed doing, and now you are doing them. They're inspiring you again, and they're filling you with joy, and that's going to encourage you to do more of those things, more of those creative projects. On the Eight of Swords, we have the Nine of Cups, focusing on that which brings you contentment. You might try some meditation, excuse me, to focus on what brings contentment, because when you focus on what brings you joy and contentment, what fills you with bliss, the universe is going to bring more of that to you. And this is a mind shift for you. Don't focus on your doubts and fears, or the universe is going to show you more of that. And here you are rising out of that doubt. You are moving away from the people that, or situations. This could be a job situation as well. And you might be moving into a healing career, or going somewhere where you can meditate peacefully and really tap into that which brings you joy, tapping into your positive energy, tapping into those fires of creativity and transformation. On the King of Wands, we have the Hangman, absorbing deeper knowledge. You are gaining deeper knowledge. Some of you might be reading and studying those subjects that interest you, that make you feel good about yourself, that resonate with you. Some of you might be studying on how to turn your creativity into a side business, something that you're really going to enjoy doing. So let's see what's cooking in the witch's kitchen. As this is a time of harvest and celebrating harvest, and some of you might be canning your harvest. Okay, Spirit wants you to have this one. Sugar, sweetness. That is beautiful. This is the universe saying that you need more sweetness in your life, and to bring that in. The bottom of the deck, we have the dandelion with wishes. I like that. Your wishes are your sweetness. Your wishes are your sugar. So let's get you a card from the Rooted Woman. I am going to read from the book this card, so you have a deeper understanding of that card. Your positivity is your sweetness. The more that you bring positive energy into your life, the more positive you are going to feel, the more you're going to tune into your bliss and rise up. And we have Ellen, the path maker and guide. I love it with your soul family. She is helping to guide you along your way. At the bottom of the deck, we have Rhiannon, the story carrier. What is your story? You don't have to tell everyone your story. You can write your story and pull from it the lessons that you've learned, and allow those stories to bring wisdom to other people. So here we have Ellen, the path maker and guide. This is also telling me it's time for you to make your own path. Okay, in an old Welsh story called The Dream of Maxen Weldig, I'm sorry if I'm not saying that correctly, Ellen, an otherworldly princess of Britain, appears to the Roman Emperor Maxen in the Aisling, a dream vision. She acts as a guide, captivating him with a vision of a beautiful land. That's that Two of Wands, looking at the world and the beautiful land across the waters, and a beautiful woman there with whom he instantly falls in love with. And so Ellen reels Maxen in along the thread of her dream paths, bringing him to her so that he can marry her and serve the land alongside her as its king. Okay, here we have this woman tied to a sword, and there's water, but there's also a castle back here, and there's land here too. So I do feel like that this story weaves in with this reading. Okay, the story tells us that it was Ellen who built the so-called Roman roads, which joined up for the first time the various remote regions of the land. The story firmly states that the men of Britain would have allowed the roads to be built for no one but her, because she was native to the land, the land's representative. Ellen, like so many other female characters in Celtic myth and story, is a representative of sovereignty, the goddess of the land. The building of these great connecting roads is the reason why Ellen has now come to be known as Ellen of the Ways. Ellen then can be seen as an ally on our journey, a native goddess and guide who helps us to dream into being our own unique pathway through life. Look for her in your dreams, and they will be sweet dreams indeed. Okay, let's get you a few cards from Secrets of the Witch. And with this Eight of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, you are planting those seeds along your way carefully, putting them in the right place where they are going to have the best chance of growing. You are doing your due diligence and discernment and evaluating as you go along. And this is a healing pathway. And you are about ready to rise up into a new adventure. Here it is still just a dream of where it is you want to go. And then you start moving along because you're going to be following your bliss. What's rising up within you is your bliss and moving away from your doubts and fears. But you also have great wisdom with the Hangman that inspires you through your own personal experiences. Creating your own myth, being the hero of your own story. And we have the 4 secrets: to know, to dare, to will, to keep silent. 4 paths to magic. The witch sends you wisdom, the courage to seek, commitment, and freedom from the need for praise. You do not need other people to validate who you are. And here we have the 4 secrets: your coven, your soul family. They can also be the 4 aspects of yourself. Making a commitment to yourself, having the courage to seek with that 2 of Wands, and to go after what it is that brings you freedom. And again, you do not need anyone to validate who you are. Next, we have grow your magic. Mother Moon waxes. The witch asks you to affirm that you are growing in power, health, vitality, creativity. There's another 4. Visualize the life you wish to nurture. All can come true. And you are putting in the work with your creativity. You've been practicing. You are planting the seeds. You're taking your projects to market. Maybe the farmer's market. You are growing your business. You are growing your creativity. And finally, we have, I love it, the abundance charm, because we have the moss agate, which is prosperity and positivity. The witch has woven you an abundance charm of olive and bay from her enchanted garden. She's anointed your front door, sprinkled some in your wallet, popped a pinch in your pocket. Here comes the good fortune, and how sweet it will be. Okay, these are the messages that I have for you, Pile 1. I hope that you enjoyed your reading and found it helpful and inspiring. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you want, you can leave your comments below. I love reading them. And until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends. Hello, Pile 2. If you were drawn to the yellow jasper obelisk, welcome to your reading. We're going to begin with your 3 oracle cards, and then we're going to do the tarot, and then we're going to shuffle some more oracle cards and draw those. So let's see what we begin with. We have number 1, knowing. Take the first step. Okay, what are you taking the first step in? Next, we have buds, new beginnings, expansion. I like this because here we have new beginnings, and you're taking the first step into that new beginning. You know, it feels right. And then we have a campfire with number 6. Do not fear opening your mouth and allowing your tongue to speak. Oh, is it time to tell some stories around the campfire? Who doesn't love a good ghost story or spooky story around the campfire? And maybe this is something that you're thinking about doing, is being a storyteller, telling stories around the campfire. This might be something that you really enjoy doing, and it's inspiring you to move forward on that. Okay, let's dive into this with some tarot. I am using the Witch's Tarot for this reading. And we begin with the Hermit. Okay, the Hermit has an inner knowing. In his lantern is the light, his soul light, that is guiding him in the darkness. Think of driving at nighttime. You can't see that much what's around you, but you can cover a great distance with just the light that you have before you to stay on the road, to stay on your path. Embarking on a new journey, self-discovery. Next, we have the King of Wands, and this is inspiring. Majestic, fiery energy. So we have some fire energy here. Now, the Hermit is ruled by Virgo. The King of Wands, the King of Fire, generally ruled by Aries, but it can be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Next, we have the Knight of Pentacles. All the knights are instigators of change, and you are planting the seeds. For some of you, it could be the beginning of planting the bulbs that will come up in the springtime, which also signifies new beginnings. Now, Aries season initiates spring equinox, so that could be another clue as well. There's something new that is beginning, and it's bringing you stability. And then we have the Death card, which is transformation. There's death, transformation, and rebirth here. And I feel like that goes along with this Buds card, which is a new beginning. You are in a state of transformation. You're deciding where it is that you want to plant your bulbs, plant your ideas, and letting them slumber in the darkness over the winter, which also represents death. And then it transforms and blooms in the spring. And then we have the Nine of Swords. This is the never-ending nightmare. And to me, it goes well with this campfire, telling the scary stories, keeping that tension. But there's also lessons in this as well. And I feel like that for some of you, you are trying to transform your doubts and fears, having greater understanding of them with this Hermit card, and transforming that. And I feel like that this is something that's been taking you some time in doing, but you are also finding inspiration in those times, those tense, filled with anxiety. A lot of times with this Nine of Swords, you may not be sleeping well. Your insomnia may be kicking up. Okay, let's get some clarifying tarot. I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot for these. On the Hermit, we have the Seven of Wands. Standing up for yourself, shining your light out into the cold world. Speaking up for yourself, just as with the campfire. On the King of Wands, we have the Three of Pentacles. This is the dream team, finding the right people to be with, the people that have something that you don't, that they bring it to the table, and it's like having the right ingredients to make something happen. And everybody is bringing in an ingredient to that creative process. And it's beautiful here with the King of Wands, because there is maturity here. The King of Wands is also asking you to take action. On the Knight of Pentacles, which again is an instigator of change, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, the Five of Pentacles can be a mindset of scarcity, of feeling lack. Don't focus on your weaknesses. They're heading towards this sanctuary for shelter and strength and warmth. And it may be slow going in getting there with that Knight of Pentacles, but you're going to get there, and you're going to find stability, safety, warmth, shelter from the cold. Now, you could also be feeling left out on your own, excluded, as with this Hermit card, being left alone to speak up for yourself, because no one has your back. On the Death card, we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, I do feel like that the transformation that is occurring here is going from this lack and scarcity and moving towards prosperity. The Ten of Pentacles is a card of inheritance, of financial gain, of creating a legacy. And on the Nine of Swords, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, no wonder you are not sleeping well, because you are, or you're feeling a lot of anxiety, a lot of tension. You feel betrayed. You feel heartbroken. You feel stabbed in the heart. And that's why you have to stand up for yourself here with the Seven of Wands, because you feel like that, you know, there are people that just want to bring you down and hurt you. They know your weakness, but you are showing strength. You are showing stability. You are changing and moving towards prosperity. And keep in mind, some of the greatest love songs, some of the best songs have been written from those feelings of heartbreak, of betrayal, because we've all experienced that. We can all resonate with those emotions. but you are finding you're transforming that into inspiration, into your prosperity, into the stories that you can tell around the campfire. Now, these might not be literally what has happened to you, but you can transform your story into, this is the kind of monster that hurt people, or eats the children, or is lurking out into the darkness, lurking in the cold, when you feel vulnerable here with the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands, where you feel like your back is against the wall, but you're able to turn it around because you have a knowing, and making this into a strength, into a learning lesson that others can learn from. And just knowing that you're not alone in a situation, that other people have experienced those situations and have gotten through it, can also encourage you to pick yourself up and move forward, and to transform the ending of something. And it could be the ending of a job, even something that you love doing, but it's opening you up and presenting new opportunities for even greater wealth and prosperity. Okay, let's get you a card from the Witch's Kitchen. Let's see what she has cooking for you. This is a time where people are bringing in their harvest, and maybe you're canning to preserve your harvest, going through collecting the seeds for next year's new beginnings. And we have for you salt protection. This is nice. You are protected. The bottom of the deck, we have coriander with immortality. And to me, this speaks of this Death card and the Ten of Pentacles, because the Ten of Pentacles is about our family legacy. It's about our immortality, that our bloodline carries on through our legacy. Gathering up the seeds for new beginnings. Okay, let's get you a card from the Rooted Woman Oracle. I will be reading the meaning of your card from this book, so you have deeper understanding of your card. And we have for you matcha, strength and endurance. Okay, your strength and endurance are being tested, but through that test, you realize just how strong you are and how much you can endure. The bottom of the deck, we have the well, the source of life, which I think goes very nicely with that immortality card that was at the bottom of the Witch's Kitchen. So let's see what matcha has for you. Okay, matcha was a fairy wife and probably the reflection of an old horse goddess who came to a farmer in Ulster, Ireland, and married him, bringing fertility to his fields and health to his crops and herds. Although she'd forbidden him to tell anyone about her, the farmer nevertheless boasted to the king of Ulster that his wife could run faster than any of the royal horses. As a consequence, the king forced Matcha to race against his horses. Even though she was pregnant with twins, she won. but she died at the finish line after giving birth to 2 healthy boys. Before she died, she laid a curse upon the men of Ulster that they would be overcome by the weakness and pain of a woman in childbirth when their enemies approached them in battle. It would remain so for 9 generations. Matcha prompts us to remember the strength of women and our capacity for endurance in the face of pain and hardship. But what we need on this heroine's journey of ours isn't just physical strength. We need the inner strength that comes from knowing that our life is important and valuable, and that we possess the determination to carry on along our journey even when times get tough. Inner strength allows us to face difficult decisions without flinching, to take responsibility for ourselves and our own actions, and to understand that we're the authors and narrators of our own story, bringing us back to the campfire, telling those stories around the fire that bring us lessons, that stir up our own inner strength in the face of difficulties. Especially with this 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords. Heartache, betrayal. Matcha, in a way, was betrayed. And in the Celtic culture, women giving birth was seen as an act of heroism, because in those times so many women, and even now, women can die in childbirth. They are given the warrior's respect because of the strength, endurance to carry a child to term, and then to sacrifice our bodies for 9 months, thus the 9 generations that Matcha had cursed men, to feeling the pain of childbirth, to give them some kind of understanding so perhaps they too could feel empathy for women, because there are men out there that do not understand. They can't understand that pain and endurance because they never will experience it. They can only empathize with it. And I'm not saying that men can't empathize with their wives who are giving birth, who have carried a child to term. There are men who gain weight with women as they gain weight of, carrying the child. They have pregnancy empathy pains. That's not true of all men, but this is a beautiful reading of strength and endurance and overcoming difficulty. Let's get you a few cards from Secrets of the Witch. And know that you are protected in your undertaking, however painful it may be. It's teaching you just how strong you are. We begin with Between the Worlds. Liminal space are where the world of magic spills over into the world of humans. The witch will take you there today. Feel yourself hum with power, beauty, and intoxicating energy. Okay, with this autumn equinox, we are experiencing the thinning between the worlds, and the veils between the worlds will be the thinnest at Halloween, also known as Samhain, and Beltane, which is May 1st. Next, we have We Come and Go in Love. Merry meet and merry part. Bright the cheeks and warm the heart. Gatherings bring joy, but the witch reminds you to honor the farewell. Know you will meet your soul friends again, and when the circle has turned. Okay, again, we have this Death card with the Ten of Pentacles. The merry meet, merry part, the carrying on of family, carrying on of traditions, letting loved ones go, inheriting that, what they leave behind, the legacy they leave behind, even if it's the story of their life. And then finally, we have the Water Witch. The witch is bathing you in blessed waters. She wants you to know that the water cleanses and heals. Make space for the element of water this day, and wisdom will flow to you. So I feel like that the Water Witch should go over here with the Nine of Swords and that Three of Swords, because you are cleansing yourself of some sorrow, of some letting go. As painful as it may be, there is healing there for you as well. So these are your messages, pile 2. I hope that you enjoyed this reading, knowing that you take the first step of being born into a new beginning, all the way through the transformation of death, experiencing that sorrow, but knowing that the line carries forth. You are protected, you have strength and endurance. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know in the comments below if this message was helpful for you, if you enjoyed it. And I do enjoy reading your comments. And until next time, blessed be and take care, my friends. Hello, pile 3. If you were drawn to the green adventuring stone, welcome to your reading. We're going to begin your reading by looking at your 3 oracle cards, and then we're going to shuffle up the tarot cards and reveal those cards, and then we'll get into some more oracle cards at the end. So we begin with a cup of tea, patience and reassessment. Okay, it is getting that time of year where a cup of hot tea can be warming and comforting, give us a time to reflect. And then next we have 31 with invocations, the power of words. I recognize the power of my words and use them for the good of all. So you're not out to put anybody down. You know the power of your words. You know the power of insults and put downs and how negative they can be and how that negativity can come back to you. Just as you know the power of compliments. Doesn't it feel good when you get a compliment, and doesn't it feel good to give a sincere compliment to someone? There is that positive energy that is exchanged. And then we have Toad with number 39. Observe, for those who watch, see all. Okay, this makes me think of that saying, I read books, I drink tea, and I know things. Because here you are observing, you share your knowledge through your power of words, and you drink tea. Tea can be very healing and beneficial to your health. Okay, let's dive in to your reading with the tarot. I am using the Witch's Tarot for this reading. Okay, we begin with the Four of Swords. Okay, this is a card of it's time to take a break, to reflect, be patient with yourself, do some healing. So I feel like that goes very nicely with that cup of tea. Have patience with yourself. Reassess your situation while you are healing. Strength and regaining your strength. Next, we have the Three of Cups, the power of words, the power of three, sharing that power, sharing that cup, sharing the brew, whatever it may be. This is a card of celebration, celebrating your strength of coming out of healing. So I feel like that for many of you, you've been healing, regaining your strength, and your friends have been there to celebrate your progress along the way, whatever it is that you've been healing from. Next, we have the Four of Pentacles. Now, this is a financial foundation. You have enough for your creature comforts, but don't hold on so tightly that you're seen as being miserly or stingy. Now, you may not have a lot to give, but you can certainly share a cup of tea with your friends and have good conversation. Next, we have the Eight of Cups, walking away from a situation. Could be walking away from a job that wasn't paying you what you're worth, because we do have a closed door here. And it could be, well, at least I have something saved up so that I can walk away from this toxic situation, and you're recovering from that. Maybe it was just such a toxic situation that it kept draining you of your strength and energy. And now you can walk away from that. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Cups. Fulfillment, joy, focusing on what does bring you joy. Okay, let's get some clarifying cards on these. I'm using the Everyday Witch Tarot for your clarifying cards. And on the Four of Swords, we have the Hangman. And this is nice with the patience and reassessing with the Four of Swords, because you are getting deeper understanding of what just happened. Because sometimes when bad things happen, it does hurt our feelings, it wounds us, and we need healing. But we also, after a little while, discover that was a blessing in disguise. That was a horrible company to work for. Those were horrible people to work with. It was just so toxic. They just kept taking and taking credit for the work that you did, spreading lies about you. And you're seeing that, you know, hey, I don't mind hanging here and reassessing the situation so that I can regather your strength and create a more positive situation. On strength, we have the Five of Pentacles. Okay, don't call attention to your weakness. Stay focused on your strength. You're not the one that's the outcast. You're leaving a situation behind, and you're moving towards a sanctuary where you have shelter from the storm. There's warmth. A place where you can, it's a retreat where you can regather your strength. And there you're going to find some good friends with that Three of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And it's going to make a big shift in your life. You're going to find people who celebrate your skill set. They're going to celebrate you for having the courage and strength to walk away from a negative situation. On the Four of Pentacles, we have the Five of Wands. Yeah, this is just too much bickering, gossip, and backstabbing. There, I mean, there's no swords here, so I guess it's not really backstabbing. It's more of whacking of the wands. And, you know, it's just argumentative energy. And the cauldron is boiling over, and nobody's keeping an eye on, no one's observing what's happening around them. They're too busy in their gossip by the water. Yeah, I just feel like that you are getting out of a bad situation, and you're making this big shift, and you're going to be glad for it, because it was this that was really draining you. Everybody else's negativity, being around negative people, you know, can bring you down. You know the power of words. On the Eight of Cups, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, we started with the Four of Swords over here, and we're ending with the Four of Swords. So I feel like that you've come full circle, and you are just in need of rest and recuperation to regain your strength. And it is a blessing in disguise. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Tower card, which is divine intervention. Maybe you got fired because you wouldn't, you know, participate in the gossip. You didn't want to talk badly about other people, even if they were talking badly about you. That's not the kind of person you are. You might have been the quiet person that just wanted to come in and do their work and go home and have your cup of tea. But because you wouldn't participate in their gossip, you left, or you were fired, and you're recovering from that. It did hurt you. There was some wounding there. But I do feel like that this was a blessing in disguise. Let's see what is cooking for you in the witch's kitchen. This is the time of year where people are bringing in their harvest to preserve it, to get them through the winter time. And we have for you aloe vera with soothe. Now is the time to soothe yourself, especially with the four. We began with the Four of Swords and we ended with the Four of Swords. It's time to soothe yourself. Drink some soothing tea. Give yourself soothing words, and those soothing words can be powerful words. The bottom of the deck, we have parsley with death. And I feel like that something has come to an end. You walked away from it before it killed you. You know, and in some ways, you know, I know that there's jobs out there where you just feel like this job is killing me. It's going to be the death of me. Well, guess what? You got out of there. And that's okay, you know, to preserve yourself. Okay, let's get you a card from the Rooted Woman. I am going to read the meaning of the card from the book so that you have a deeper understanding of your card. And we have for you meadow with flourishing and regenerating. So you are going to regenerate from this. You just need to give yourself a chance to. The bottom of the deck, we have the forest and finding the path. You'll find your path again. It might be a new path. Okay, meadow, flourishing and regenerating. A meadow sings to us of summer, of sensuality, of exuberance, of life in the fullness of its most abundant flow. When we look at a meadow, we can clearly perceive the greening of life, what the medieval German mystic Hildegard of Bingen called veritas, the divine force which she believed animates and nourishes the world, and in which all living things participate. A meadow opens its arms wide to the skies, although so many living things can shelter and hide among its long grasses and bushy wildflowers. Beneath the surface of a meadow lies a rich tapestry of roots. As different species intermingle and weave themselves together into a beautiful, diverse whole. The meadow card then reminds us that the heroine's journey is at heart about serving the community as well as ourselves. We can only flourish together. There's little to nourish the world in the monoculture or a single species lawn. The grasses and wildflowers in a meadow are planted in rich soil that teems with life, a medium in which their seeds will germinate and bloom for the good of all who inhabit it. A meadow can shelter, nourish, and feed so many different species. This card asks us to remember that women are so full of gifts. We're containers for so much life. We're a critical element in the abundance of this beautiful, animate earth. We were made to flourish, and we deserve to flourish. It's our birthright, our heritage, and the driving force of this heroine's journey that we're on. So in this flourishing and regenerating, you are going to find where you do flourish. And right here in the center of your tarot reading, we have the Three of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to shift for you. You have learned some very important lessons that you will take with you. Okay, let's get you a few cards from The Secrets of the Witch. And we begin with Speak It Thrice. Well, here you have the Three of Cups, the power of words. The witch asks you to say your name 3 times while gazing at yourself in the mirror. With every word, feel the respect and power and magic grow. You are blessed, magical one. Next, we have Divine Magic. You are part of nature, an embodiment of the divine in human form, and your humanity is sacred. Know you were born of Mother Earth, that you belong here, and she embraces you. You will return to her and transform once again. And just with the meadow card, when a forest burns, it opens up, it fertilizes with all those ashes a new meadow for new life to flourish and regenerate. And finally, we have Ages of the Witch. Birth, death, rebirth. All points on the wheel are sacred. The witch reminds you that you need fear none of these magical gateways, for within each is a blessing. Again, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have the Three of Cups. Birth, death, and rebirth. You are just in a place of healing where you need to soothe so that you can regenerate your energies so that you can flourish again. In the meantime, read some books that are interesting to you. Converse with people who enjoy your company, and enjoy your own company as well. Because when you enjoy your own company, you're never alone. So I'm going to end your reading here, pile 3. I hope that you enjoyed it and found some healing messages here for you. Please feel free to leave any comments you want down below. Like, share, subscribe to this channel if you want. And until next time, take care and blessed be, my friends.